Hello students, my name is Chandrasekhar. I am from ECT department. So in this semester I have to deal the subject is Principles of Communication Theory, so which is the second year second sem. So now we have to discuss some important topics in the first unit and the second unit of the Principles of Communication Theory. Now what are the agenda is there here means, so in the agenda we have to discuss the block diagram of communication system and need for modulation, classification of modulation systems, modulation index, and go to the amplitude modulation and mathematical analysis of amplitude modulation, and understand the waveform of amplitude modulation, and DSB-SC, that is double sideband suppressed carrier, so which is coming from the covering the second unit topic. And in the DSB-SC we to go to the block diagram of DSB-SC and DSB-SC mathematical analysis and the waveforms observed in the DSB-SC. So now these are the agenda we have to discuss in the Principles of Communication Theory. So now first we have to go to discuss the topic is block diagram of communication system. So we have to very familiar with the communication. So communication, so you know the what is communication. So communication means it is to exchange the information in between, so one place to another place, or we have to say the communication means you have to information exchange between one object to more objects or one system to many systems, that is to represent the communication. So in the communication system, so we have to see here the block diagram. In the block diagram it will be explaining the basic block diagram, that means basic communication system. In the basic communication system these blocks are important. So first we have to see here, observe the first block is name is information source and input transducer, transmitter, channel, receiver, output transducer, and some noise will be occurred into the channel. So here what is information source? So without information source, so it not be communicating to enter the system. So what are the types of information sources are available? So now we have to see here. So information source means here we have to consider sound signal or picture, and we have to consider data and so many, like sometimes we have to consider heat or sometimes we have to take the pressure. So these are directly not be communicate to the one place to other place or one object to other object. So is this information or the message, this kind of formation we have to need the electrical signal. So that purpose we have to take the input transducer. So in the input transducer it take the input signal from the information source. So in the information source, for example, we have to take the sound. It is a sound signal. The sound signal to given to the input transducer. So then it will become the output of the input transducer. We have to get the electrical signal. So how it will be converted into the one form to other form means we have to see here the next slide. So here we to see the input transducer means it is a device. Input transducer means it is a device. The device will be converts one form of energy to the another form of energy. Now here in the block diagram I am consider the my information source is the one form I am considering sound, or it is nothing but voice. So this sound will be converted into the energy, that will be another form which is nothing but electrical signal, that is electrical signal. So here we have to converting the my information signal, sound will be converting to electrical signal. Then we have to move to this one. So it will be go to the transmitter. So it will be go to transmitter. The transmitter block the input and output. So here input side it takes the information in the form of electrical. Then the getting the transmitter output is is also we have to take the modulated signal, that is called modulated signal. Modulated signal. So the function of the transmitter to transmit the signal from the desired aspects. So here the transmitter, so transmitting the electrical signal to the channel. So here important function of the transmitter is the, what is the important function of the transmitter means, it is, the function is called modulator. The function is called modulator. So the modulated signal to come to the output of the transmitter and it will be given to the input to the channel. So the channel means, so the channel means, here the channel is also called sometimes medium. So the channel to communicate the process of the signal, which is nothing but my message signal transmitter to the receiver in between the channel. So we have to call this is a channel. So next we have to, in the channel there is a noise will be occur. The noise is the random in the nature. The noise in random in nature. Random in nature. So in any communication system the noise will be occur in the randomly from like some our components or using, there will be generate some noise or environmental noise will be occur in the communication system. So the noise is unwanted signal. So this signal is not wanted signal. So it is unwanted signal to pass my entire system. So we have to completely, in any communication system the signal noise will be not be completely neglected, but here only to reduce. So that purpose we have to using some kind of filters, some kind of any other components we have to use to reduce my noise in entire communication system. Now the channel, so here the channel is also called medium. So in the medium, that is called transmission medium, the medium will be classified into two types, and the first one we have to say wired communication, and second one is wireless. Now we have to observe in the wired communication means we have to again to classify here in our daily life. We have to see here, so copper wires, and we have to observe OFC cables, that is optical fiber communication wires, and we have to use so coaxial cables. So these are the channel, that is the medium. In the medium we have to use this kind of different of mediums we have to use for the transmitting our signal one place to another place, or one object to other objects, and one system to many systems. Now coming to the wireless communication, we have to here the channel, it is used in the space. For example, best example, now I am to teaching this communication system. So here I am speaking and you are the listening. So here, so my voice you are to listen. So in between there is a medium, that is nothing but channel. The channel name is here wireless. That is here we have to air is act as a medium to communicate my voice signal to you, and you have the receive, and your voice will be I am received by the medium is air. So that is called space. Now next block is go to the receiver. So here receiver, to receive the signal is electrical signal, the signal is modulated signal. So here receiver, to receive the input side, it is modulated signal. So here the modulated signal is nothing but electrical signal. The electrical signal in the receiver block, the function means the receiver main function here, so using the demodulation. Demodulation. Here important word is demodulation means, so the demodulation, so it is the reverse process of modulation. Demodulation means the reverse process of modulation. So here the demodulation signal to transmit to the output transducer. So output transducer is a device. So this device we have to get the final output here original form. That is my voice signal, because we have to transmitting my information source is sound. So finally we have to receive the output side of this block, output transducer. It is also my signal, which is nothing but sound. So entire this communication system is example. We have to consider the example. We have to use mics. So mics. So generally we have to use here input transducer. Best example is microphone. Microphone. So what does microphone acts like means, microphone is a device. So this device, so now I am speaking my voice. So this voice, this device will be converted into the electrical signal through the wire, and then it will be go to all these blocks, and finally end of my output transducer, where we have to use loudspeaker. So here in the loudspeaker, so I am to listen my original voice, what I am to transmitting my sound signal, for example hello. So finally I am receiving output transducer. I am using the device loudspeaker. In the loudspeaker, so I am receiving my voice is hello. This is the simple general block diagram of communication system. So next we have to go to the need for modulation. So need for modulation. So why modulation? Without modulation we can't be communicate or we communicate. So in the need for modulation, generally without modulation we have to communicate. But now the best example, I am explaining this topic to you and you have to listen. For it is only some small distance only I am to my voice is audible, but it is a long distance, so it is not be possible because my original signal, it is voice. So in my voice it has a some energy, that energy is a low energy, that in terms of frequency is low frequency, so it is not communicate with the long distance. So that purpose I am using the one technique, that is the modulation technique. The modulation is to use to communication the baseband signal. So my baseband signal means it is called message signal. Now we have to observe here baseband signal, or it is also called message signal, or it is also called sometimes message signal, or it is also called modulating signal, or it is also called original signal. These are the different key terms we have to use in so many times in the next chapters. So one is it is called message signal, it is nothing but baseband signal, and modulating signal, it is nothing but also baseband signal, and original signal is also called message signal or modulating signal. Sometimes it is called baseband signal. So how the message signal will be waveform? For example, we have to take any sinusoidal wave. This is called a message signal. So it is in terms of time, and we have to consider amplitude. So this is called, we have to say it is a original signal. So now what are the advantages of modulating techniques? So it is the one we have to already say, it is using for the long distance communication, this technique, that is modulation technique. What are the advantages in the modulation technique? So one is to reduce the height of antenna, reduce the height of antenna and avoid the mixing of signals, and next one is the increase the range of communication. So I am explaining each one, but now I am to discuss what are the points in the modulation techniques. So then we have to, next point we have to multiplexing of signals. It allows multiplexing of signals, and next it allows the bandwidth, adjustment of the bandwidth, and it improves the modulation technique. Finally it improves the quality of reception. Finally what we have to transmission my signal into one block to so many blocks. Finally I have to receive my signal without noise. Actually there will be a noise, but we have to reduce the noise and we have to audible my original signal. That is called quality of reception. These all are techniques to using the modulation techniques. So it will be help. All these are the advantages. Now see the how reduce the size of antenna. For example, when the size of antenna is increased or when the size of antenna will be decreased, which one is the best way to communicate my information? So once we have to observe, so my height of antenna, such length which will be, for example it will be 5000 meters. In the 5000 meters my antenna is there. Now my antenna, another antenna I am placed with the height which is very less height. For example this height is only 75 meters. Which one is the best? Means when the height of antenna will be reduced, it will be, communication will be fast and distortions will be less. So we have to choose the reduce the size of antenna by using the technique is modulation technique. So how we have to reduce? For example we have to see here. Generally we know the waveform which is a sinusoidal wave. So here we have to know the wavelength of the signal, which is lambda, which is amplitude. It is the time domain signal. Okay, now it is the wavelength. Now the lambda is equals to, that is the wavelength, the height of the antenna, the minimum height of the antenna is represents lambda by 4. That is the minimum height of the antenna is represent lambda by 4. Now we know the formula of lambda in terms of light velocity and the frequency. It is the lambda is equals to c by f, where the c is represents light velocity, c is represents light velocity. So what is the value of light velocity in general? It will be take 3 lakhs kilometers per second, which is 3 into 10 to the power 5 kilometers per second. It is the kilometers. Now it is also converted into the centimeters also. That is 3 into 10 to the power of 8 into 8 centimeters, 10 to the power 8 centimeters per second. So we have to take any other value from one is the kilometer or centimeter. Now what is the frequency? So here the how many cycles will be there? Complete cycle is one cycle, or how many number of half cycles are there? 1, 2, 3 half cycles is there. In a frequency represents in a 1 second of time period how many number of cycles will be generated. That is called the frequency. The frequency is the inversely proportional to time. That is time t is inversely proportional to frequency. Now when the time is increased, frequency is decreased. When the time is decreased, frequency is increased. For example, we have to see in a waveform. It is a time. Now So here to generate the 2 cycles, so 0 to, I am considering the time in the seconds, 0 to 1 and 1 to 2. So total time period 0 to 2, it is the generate the 2 cycles. Now here the time period 2, it is generate the 2 cycles when the time period 1, it is generate the 2 cycles. So here this is the time period here 0 to 2, here only 2 cycles, but in the same time period it will be generate more number of cycles. So when the time period will be, we have to increase and frequency will be decrease. When time period decrease, frequency will be increase. So now see here, so we have to take one example of reduce the height of antenna. For example, frequency we have to consider f is equals to, for example, 15 kilohertz. It is frequency. Now we have to take the, already we know the values of, we have to find the height of antenna, that is the, so height of antenna, which is h is equals to lambda by 4. We know the lambda is equals to c by f into 4. Now we have to substitute the values. So 3 into 10 to the power, I am taking the centimeters, 3 into 10 to the power 8 divided by frequency is 15 kilohertz. This is 15 into 10 to the power 3, so into 4. When we have to simplify all these terms, so here we have to get the height of antenna is 5000 meters, which is also we have to write 5k meters, that is 5000 meters. So now we have to use the frequency is 15 hertz. For example, we have to modulation technique, the frequency f is equals to, we have to use 1 megahertz. So in this frequency we have to use height of antenna h equals to, directly we have to substitute light velocity is 3 into 10 to the power 8 divided by, so here 1 megahertz, 1 into 10 to the power 6 into 4, and we have to simplify, it will be get the height of antenna is 75 meters. Now in the practically we have to exist the height of antenna is 75 meters, so it is the reduce the size of antenna because of the frequency we have to 1 megahertz to compare with the 15 kilohertz. So 15,000 hertz and 10,000 hertz. So here frequency is increased but reduce the size of antenna. So this is the using the modulation technique, that this is the possible to reduce the height of antenna. Now next, so next we have to consider the next important thing is the avoid the mixing of signals. So avoid the mixing of signals means, for example, so 1, 2, 3 persons will be there, so there is a different sounds will be to transmitting into a one channel. So again we have to, these all the signals we have the different frequencies, these frequencies are transmitting to a channel, but in the output side, that receiver side, we have to exactly, we have not be get the original signals of first one, second one, third one. It is not impossible. For that kind of, we have to say the channel we have to allocate it like a bandwidth. For example, this is a channel bandwidth. 3 signals we have to consider 3 different channel bandwidth allocated. So first bandwidth I am for using the sound signal, which is 20 Hz to 20 kilohertz. This one is also 22 Hz to, for example, 20 kilohertz, and it is and another . 25 Hz to, and it is also 20 kilohertz. So these different kind of signals we have to transmitting the single channel bandwidth. So in this channel bandwidth to separate, for example it is a carrier signal, it is transmitting for example 100 kilohertz, and this channel bandwidth to transmitting 150 kilohertz, or this channel 200 kilohertz. So now we have to separate my channel bandwidth. These signals will be transmitting to this channel, and finally we have to easily to, so mixing signals will be separated by using the modulation technique. So next we have to see the multiplexing of signals. So multiplexing signals means, so it is the best example of multiplexing signal we have to consider TV. So in the TV we have to see the, so single channel we have to transmitting multiple channels. At a time we have to transmit it, and we have to, without distortion we have to receive my channels. It is possible in the TV communication, that is broadcasting TV communication, because we have to using the modulation technique. So in the multiplexing we have to see different types also there. TDM, that is time division multiplexing, FDM, frequency division multiplexing, and CDM, code division multiplexing. So these are the possible of using the modulation technique. Next we have to go to the quality of reception and the bandwidth. Adjustments of bandwidth means, for example we have to see one message signal will be there. It is represent the x-axis the frequency and it is the bandwidth. Now I am consider frequency f1 and frequency f2. So frequency f1 I am using some frequency in the hertz, for example 300 Hz. Now the second frequency f2 I am using 350 Hz. So in this signal, that means in this bandwidth only my message signal will be transmission. So here we have to find the bandwidth. The bandwidth how we have to find means, high frequency to subtract the low frequency, that means f2 minus f1, when we have to get the required frequency is only the 50 Hz. That means above the 350 Hz or below the 300 Hz, the signal will be not be allocated into this band. Only 300, for example 310, 320 up to 350 only the signals will be only transmission through this bandwidth. That is the one of the advantage in the modulation technique. Now next we have to already say, that is the quality of reception. Quality of reception means finally what we have to transmitting my original signal. You have to end of the block, that is output transducer, we have to receive the signal which is the less noise, we have to audible. That is the best quality of reception by using the modulation technique. So I hope you have to understand in this topic the need for modulation technique. So we have to observe the, reduce the size of antenna and avoid mixing of the signals, and the range of communication is increased, and multiplexing of the signals, and we have to quality of reception. Next we have to discuss the modulation system techniques. So what are the different types of modulation techniques? So we have to continuous wave modulation and pulse digital modulation. It is called continuous and it is also digital. So when it is called continuous means, when the signal will be with respect to the time, continuous it will be varying, it is called continuous signal. When my signal will be with respect to time, discrete intervals, discrete time interval, for example 0, t1, t2, t3, t4, t5, t6 up to so on. This signal, discrete time signal into we have to pulse formation. So this formation is called digital formation of the signal. Now here the continuous wave again to classified into two types. One is the amplitude modulation and angular modulation. So amplitude modulation, it is also short form we have to note, that is AM. Now angular modulation we have to classify into two types, frequency modulation and phase modulation. Frequency modulation notation is FM. Most of the mathematical analysis or we have to study, we have to short form is FM. FM means frequency modulation, AM means amplitude modulation, and phase modulation, it is the write the in terms of PM, that is the phase modulation. We have to discuss in the next slides of the amplitude modulation, how the waveform will be there, what is the mathematical analysis, and what is the frequency modulation waveform also we have to discuss. And next we have to go to the digital modulation, can classified into two types. One is the pulse code modulation. In the pulse code modulation, so again to classified into three types. One is the pulse amplitude modulation, pulse position modulation, and pulse width modulation. Okay, so these are the classification of modulation systems. Now go to the amplitude modulation. So generally we know the definition of what is amplitude modulation. Here very simple, we have to say the maximum amplitude of the carrier signal is proportional to the message signal, that is nothing but amplitude of the modulating signal. So here another definition we have to say the message signal is corresponding to change, that means this is the, for example, this is my message signal, okay, and it is carrier signal, okay. So my message signal and my carrier signal, and we have to get modulated signal which is called AM signal, that is amplitude modulated signal. So now here we to observe my message signal amplitude will be changed with respect to the my modulating signal, then we have to get the modulated signal. So which is so this is my amplitude modulated signal. So in the mathematical representation it is denoted S of t, and the carrier signal it is represent C of t. These are in the time domain, and in my message signal is represent X of t. Okay, so here the definition of amplitude modulation, the carrier amplitude will be changed with respect to the message signal amplitude. So this signal will be superimposed into the carrier signal, then we have to get the modulated signal which is nothing but amplitude modulated signal, it is represents S of t. So now here one important is time and frequency. Now it is the representation is the time domain, and we have to, this signals is also represent in the frequency domain also. So AM wave will be analysis into two types. One is time domain and another one is the frequency domain. It is the time domain. So x-axis we have to consider time and y-axis we have to consider amplitude. So now in the time domain we have to calculate the mathematical analysis. So how we have to calculate the mathematical analysis means, for example, we have to take X of t which is the message signal. So it is the X of t or cos omega ct. Why we have to write the cos omega ct means, here is my message signal is also, it is in some waveform is there, that means cycles will be there, that is the carrier signal. So we have to message carrier signal, that means we have to already mention the diagram. So this is the my signal, that is cos omega ct which is message signal. Now carrier signal C of t is, which has some amplitude, we have to represent a cos omega ct, that is this one. C of t, x of t. So now we have to see here final AM modulated signal. We have to sum these two signals because of my message signal is superimposed to the carrier signal, then we have to get the AM signal. So here the amplitude signal S of t is equals to x of t plus, and we have to sum both, we have to common the cos omega ct. So x of t plus a into cos omega ct. This is my required amplitude modulated signal in terms of time domain. Here we have to understand my message signal is always is a low frequency. It is a consider always low frequency. My carrier signal, it is always consider it is high frequency. Why it is considered high frequency means, so it is a high frequency vehicle, for example we have to, and it is my message signal is low frequency, this signal will be not be communicated the long distance, so we have to use the high frequency signal which is carrier signal. So my low frequency signal will be superimposed into my carrier signal and it will be take to my final destination, so that is the my AM signal. So this is the S of t, my final AM signal. It is the time domain. We have to observe in the AM modulated signal, the dotted shape is represents, the dotted shape is represent envelope, the dotted shape is represent envelope signal, because the envelope means the shape is looking like my original signal, that is message signal, so it is called a envelope signal. So now we have to represent in terms of x of t plus a, that is S of t is equals to x of t plus, it is the amplitude of my it is the amplitude of my amplitude modulated signal, that is x of t plus a. In terms we have to write E of t into cos omega ct. This is the time domain, we have to represent the amplitude modulated signal. Now we have to represent the frequency domain. So frequency domain, that purpose we have to use the mathematical analysis to take the Fourier transform. So this message signal we have to convert it into the frequency spectrum. We have to take the x-axis and y-axis. X-axis we have to take the frequency spectrum, it is omega, and it is my message signal. So I am representing time domain will be converted into the frequency domain, so we have to write x of omega. So now we have to take the bandwidth of my message signal, which is it is the plus omega m to minus omega m. This is my time domain message signal converted into the frequency domain of message signal. Now again my carrier signal, which is the converted into frequency domain in terms of Fourier transform. So now we have to take the, it is represent C of omega and plus omega c minus omega c, and we have to consider the required amplitude here. Now next we have to convert my time domain of amplitude signal will be converted into the frequency domain signal. Now we have to take from here frequency spectrum omega, and now here the two side bands will be occurred. One is it is omega c, it is omega c plus omega m and omega c minus omega m. Now in the negative side is also, it will represent minus omega c, or here minus omega c plus omega m minus omega c plus omega m and minus omega c minus omega m. So this is the my required frequency spectrum of signal in terms of frequency, that is S of omega. So we have to observe here this right side is signals are represent time domain, and here the left side signals represents the frequency domain signals. So this signal will be converted into the, that means time domain signal will be converted into frequency domain. We have to use the Fourier transform. So now we have to analyze the frequency domain equation. Finally we have to get here the two terms. So how we have to get these two terms means, so we know the S of t signal which is equals to x of t plus a into cos omega ct. It is the time domain amplitude signal. That means this signal. Now we have to, this signal is converted into, with respect of Fourier transform, frequency domain. Now we have to derive into all these terms into the frequency. For that we have to do here x of t into cos omega ct plus a into cos omega ct. Here some mathematical standard equations will be there. That means we have to write the x of t into cos omega ct cos omega ct, which is equals to, we have to write the, this one is the exponential form. That means x of t 1 by 2 of e power j omega ct plus e power minus j omega ct. Now we know the e power j theta, so it is also we have to write, so omega minus omega c and e power minus j omega c, omega ct into we have to write, so omega plus omega c. So and we have to write another formula like cos omega ct in terms of frequency shifting. So in terms of frequency shifting of the Fourier transform, we have to write it is del of omega minus omega c plus del of omega plus omega c. So this is these two formulas we have to substitute into this equation. Finally we have to get 1 by 2 x of omega minus omega c plus omega c pi a into delta of omega plus c delta of omega minus omega c. So what we have to observe in this frequency spectrum of amplitude means, here the two factors will be there. Here the two factors will be there. These two factors, one factor is represents message spectrum and another factor it is represent carrier spectrum. So one spectrum is message and another one is the carrier. So now this is the frequency domain in the amplitude modulation. I hope you have to understand the amplitude modulation in the time domain expression and the frequency domain expression. So now next we have to see the waveform. This is the finally this is a message signal in terms of time and amplitude. This is the carrier signal. Already we discussed the message signal is low frequency, carrier signal is a high frequency, and this is the output signal which is nothing but amplitude modulated signal. So here the message signal is superimposed into carrier signal and we have to get the here. So only the carrier amplitude change with respect to the message signal and we have to get the AM signal which is nothing but amplitude modulated signal. Here we have to observe here the positive side peak we have to maximum amplitude and the negative side we have to observe the minimum amplitude. So now here next case we have to discuss the modulation index. It is one of the important case, that is modulation index. So here the modulation index definition means, so the ratio of message signal amplitude and the carrier signal amplitude. So the message signal amplitude is divided by the carrier signal amplitude. We have to get the modulation index, that is represents m. So the modulation index m is as a dimensionless quantity. That means there is no units we have to require for the modulation factor. It is also we have to call modulation percentage. That is called percentage of modulation. When the percentage of modulation means, so m is equals to Em by Ec into 100. When we have to multiply with the 100 the value, we have to get the normal value into the percentage of the value. Now we have to here Am will be classification into two categories when the modulation index m, which is m is equals to 1 or, that means m is less than or equals to 1, it is one case, and another case is m is greater than 1. When in this case we have to call it is the perfect modulation. Perfect modulation, or it is called linear modulation, or it is called 100% modulation. Now when the value m value is greater than 1, it is called over modulation or distortion. Over modulation. Now we have to observe the waveforms. It is to easily to understand the when we have to consider m is equals to 1 or when we have to consider less than 1, we have to see the waveforms. So see here, it is the percentage of modulation. So we have to observe here only the output waveform. The output waveform, it is called AM modulated signal. The AM modulated signal we have to take here three cases. One is the 50% modulation. When it is 50% modulation, already which is discussed, which will be comes from my modulation index m value will be less than 1. That means not be 0, it will be negative values. When the negative values it will be occur the, so here we have to some minimum amplitude will be occurred. So this 50% modulation we have to next we to use, this is m is equals to 1, that means 100% modulation. When the 100% modulation, we have to observe here positive side peak there is a maximum amplitude, and the negative side, this amplitude of the negative side here to observe when m is equals to 1, there is no spikes of the amplitude, it is completely will be 0. So when it will be occur, m is equals to 1 case. So now we have to see when m is equals to greater than 1, which means the above the 1 value we have to observe here, it is called the negative half cycle, it will be occur some amplitude, the spike will be there, it is called over modulation. This is called over modulation. So in this AM modulated signal we have to observe the three cases when m is less than 1 and m equals to 1, m is greater than 1. Here another case is when my m value is equals to 0. When my m value is 0, now it is the, there means there no message signal, only carrier signal will be generated. That means the wave look like this is only carrier wave will be generated, because there is no message signal, that means m is equals to 0 condition only occur the carrier signal. There is no message signal, there is no AM modulated signal when the case is m equals to 0. So next one we to discuss the DSB-SC. Okay, so it is cover the second unit. So DSB-SC means double sideband suppressor carrier. So double sideband suppressor carrier. So we have to observe the block diagram here. So here we have to consider the two message signals. One is the positive half cycle signal, another one is the negative half cycle signal. Now the modulator we have to call, it is called product modulator or it is called balanced modulator. The name is modulator means to product the two signals, that means message signal and carrier signal. Now here first modulator 1, it is the placed in the upper side. So this modulator we have to give the message signal m of t, and my carrier signal is the c of t, and we have to carry a signal to see here amplitude of the carrier signal, which is AC cos 2 pi fct. Sometimes we have to write it is also cos omega ct. Omega is represent the angular frequency. Now when these two signals to product, we have to get the output of AM modulator is S1 of t, that is the modulated signal. Now here the lower modulator, we have to give the negative message signal and we have to give the carrier signal. So this carrier signal will be generate the local oscillator. The local oscillator to transmit the carrier signal, which is to transmitting to the AM modulator, that is the upper modulator 1 and lower modulator 2. Now these two signals will be product. We have to get the S2 of t signal. Now these two signals will be summation and these two signal will be subtraction. That means the difference we have to get the signal is DSB SC signal, that is double sideband suppressor carrier signal. Now we have to see the mathematical expression of S1 of t of the first modulator output, which is equals to S1 of t is equals to AC into 1 plus Ka into m of t, which is the carrier signal cos omega ct. Now S2 of t is equals to AC into 1 minus Ka into m of t. Now when these two signal will be subtraction, that means S1 of t minus S2 of t. Now we have to get the final equation, which is called S of t. So that is called my DSB SC signal. The DSB SC is modulated signal. Now we have to finally subtracted. We have to get the one scaling factor 2AC into m of t into cos omega ct. So here we represent this is the scaling factor. Now we have to observe in this equation the product of the two signals, which is message signal and the carrier signal. We have to finally get my modulated signal, which is nothing but double sideband suppressor carrier. The last one we have to see here the output waveform of double sideband suppressor carrier. So here we see here double sideband suppressor carrier waveform. So this is the last waveform we have to analysis in our agenda. That is, we have to take the my message signal, that is input signal, and it is carrier signal. So here it is important thing is the phase reversal will be occurred in the double sideband suppressor carrier. Here the name is double sideband suppressor, means the carrier will be suppressed here. In the AM modulation, the carrier will be there. The bandwidth is both AM is twice of FM and DSB SC is also the bandwidth limit is twice of FM. So here how the waveform will be phase reversal means I have to give the one pulse of cycle. This is my message signal and this is my carrier signal. So this is my carrier signal. Now we have to how to get the phase reversal in the negative side means, so in the positive side plus into plus we have to plus, that means we have to so plus into plus plus, the wave starting from here. So plus into minus minus, and plus into plus will be plus. So now here to observe here, so here the minus into minus plus, the wave will be start again from the positive side, and minus into